The story of Joseph refers to Abraham giving him and making him a coat of many colors. This is in reference to glory that God gifts to those that He loves, or to those that He has He has a big purpose to accomplish with, and this can be demonstrated by what Joseph later came to accomplish when he went to the land of Egypt in slavery, but still, even there, he was able to prosper. He was able to lead most of the world out of a famine by through his wisdom. He told Pharaoh that you know what this dream that you had was about is an the dream is prophesying of a famine that we need to prepare of. So Joseph was able to prepare for a famine. He was given so much authority that, according to the Bible, he was second in command in the land of Egypt. And that's why God favored him from the beginning, because God had a purpose for him. And this is also true in real life, where the people that God has appointed to do certain tasks in their lives, or the people that will choose to accomplish certain tasks in their lives, God will give them the grace to accomplish the tasks that they need to accomplish. While the people who and this is like there are 10 brothers of Joseph that participating in putting him in a hole, in a dry well, then sold him to Egypt. This is exactly what happened in the spiritual lives of the world even today. And this is not something that started in the other day. It's something that has been going on since when it is written that the sons of God in quotes, because this was a rebellious people who descended upon the earth. The fact that they left, because the Bible say that the angel who decided not to keep their places that God had assigned to them, this is referring to the same people that Genesis chapter 6 is referring to as the sons of God. But that's a whole story in itself, because we know that there have been interests that over the years have tried to hide the truth in what God is actually trying to talk about. So Genesis says that the sons of God descended upon the earth and took women for their wives. And later in the Bible, it is written that God has preserved for judgment the angels. So it's referring to the same kind of people. And this is why, even as men, the earth in general, it's not that we are devoid of technology. But if you are born, God gave you a place on this earth, and you decided one day, because the heavens are they're very spiritual, and every planet has an energetic signature. So every planet has an energetic signature, and that energetic signature is supposed to sustain the people that have been appointed, or the people that are brought forth by that planet. For the earth, the people that were chosen, this is another aspect of being chosen. The people that were chosen are those women that the angels of God looked upon and coveted. And why did they covet these women who are the children of men? First of all, and the reason for the covetion of these women that were children of men, that were the original dwellers of the earth, is because by leaving their appointed place of heritage, which these sons of God, they call themselves sons of God. By leaving these places, they in essence left their heritage behind, because they were created to prosper in the place where God placed them. So by leaving the place where God had placed them, they left the ability to prosper. And when they saw the women, the only way they could prosper on the earth was by co-creating, or becoming, exchanging the divinity, or combining their divinity with the divinity of the people who had the heritage of the earth. So by joining with the women who are born to the men, two sins were committed. First of all, they had left their abode, which God had a problem with, because it's written that as a result, he bound them, awaiting their punishment. Second of all, by joining themselves to the sons of men, they committed a sin by joining the women to their destruction, because these sons of God, already born with were their glory, which had been removed by reason of them departing from the place they were supposed to prosper in. Their glory became the glory of destruction. So by the women of men joining to them, and by them joining their signature of destruction to the signature of the earth, they brought their punishment, the destruction that had been appointed to them. They joined it to the heritage of the earth. They also joined the heritage of the women that they slept with through soul ties, and through, secondly, through the invasion of the spirituality of women, because it is written that they taught men to sin. Remember, the first sin was the sin of rebellion, and by coming to join with the children of the women, it was a kind of an energy swap, and that is the origin of the concept of energy swapping upon the earth. The first energy swappers were these angels that left their abode and came, coveted the glory of the women. And that says everything that you need to know about energy swapping. They were after the glory of men. They coveted the glory of men because they knew that because we are due for punishment, we are due for destruction. So let us exchange our curse with the curse of these women, so that these women could help us carry the destruction that we bore by virtue of being in rebellion to God. And it is written that these men, these angels, after joining themselves to the women, their children became great men of the earth. The reason why their children were able to become great men of the earth is because they had the DNA of the women. It's also written, if you read the book of Enoch, it is written that these children that were born of the seed of these so-called angels were very vile creatures, and they caused a lot of harm upon the earth because, first of all, they were giants. According to Genesis 6, according to Enoch, not only were they giants, but they proceeded to deplete the resources. And this is very spiritual, because they were not only depleting the resources from a physical angle, they were also depleting the resources of men from a spiritual angle. And this exactly is energy swapping that was done by these sons of God that descended upon the earth, coveted the glory of the women, took them as their wives. So, in other words, they decided to possess an abode which did not belong to them, which is what happened with descending. They decided to take, which is energy swapping. They coveted the glory of the women. That is energy swapping right there. And they proceeded to be great upon the earth. So by virtue of the essence of the women that they were able to extract by this contractual joining with the women, which is what happens in cases of energy swapping, in cases of destiny swapping. They swapped the destinies of women with their own destinies. So you find that the children that were born of this angel became rulers of even over the children, the other children of men that were not from this angel. And that, my friend, is how strangers from other areas in space swapped the energy. So when you're speaking about these children of God that came to swap their destiny of destruction for our destiny of prosperity, these were not normal angels. They were rebellious angels, very different from other angels that have maintained their appointed places, not just within the earth, but within the cosmos. Very different. Those the holy angels and the other angels that have not come to do this kind of destiny swapping that the rebellious ones came to do. These are the angels of God that are still in obedience to God. In Revelation, God speaks of the war that happens in the heavens, and says that after this war, the devil was cast to the earth. This is in reference to the same angels, that this was as a result of them being defeated in the heavens, and they decided that now that we've been defeated on our own land, now that God has managed to cast us out of our own land, what we're going to do is invade this land that God has given to the children of men. We are going to swap their destiny in rebellion, and we are going to swap our destruction for their blessings. We are going to veil ourselves in the essence. That's why the Bible is talking about them converting the glory of the women. We're going to veil ourselves in the essence of the women so that we can prosper in their own land, and not only that, so that we can disinherit the women of the earth from their heritage.